Yeah.
Is it on? Okay. Are you sure?
No.
Okay. I'll wait here until we get the okay that it's on. Okay, hey everybody. How's it going?
Great. Thanks for asking.
Evidently it's on. We have our lovely and talented producer times 2 here tonight.
Yes.
So hopefully this will go just as well as it went in rehearsal.
Yes.
So
we should rehearse sometime.
Yeah, so we're going to go over, so tonight we're going to cover basically one topic, but a couple different ways of doing it. The Northwest Disc Golf Championship. We're going to talk about Gannon, we're going to talk about Anthony Barela, we're going to talk about the future of disc golf vis-a-vis some of those players. But first, we need to let you all know about some exciting news that we have coming up. We're celebrating another birthday.
We are. It's been almost a year since. It's been a year since then.
It has been.
Yeah.
We celebrated about a year ago. Now we're going to do it again. It's our 4th anniversary. Happy birthday to us. You guys were all invited. It's Sunday, not Saturday. It's Sunday from 11 to 6 here at the shop. We got a lot of stuff lined up. If you've been following us on Facebook and Instagram, we've been doing a top 10. Top 10 things that you'll see at our anniversary. A lot of people are excited about the piggyback rides you're going to provide.
So is my hernia guy.
So I told him to get here early because I don't imagine that benefit's going to last too long into the day.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to get here early for that.
Is it bad that I have a hernia guy?
So,
Yes.
no, it depends. You know, you're closer to 60 than you are 50. That's not true.
That's not true.
So what we're going to start doing, so that's, again, there's going to be cake. We can't, that alone should bring you out here. But we're also going to have a lot of other stuff, including Jasper Till and some of his buds from the UNC Disc Golf Club, shout out, that we sponsor. They're going to be out on the field with the tech disc, providing you guys with the ability to throw the tech disc, get your numbers, figure out what your speed is, what your tilt is, with the nose angle, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And they may even give you a couple of form recommendations.
Yeah.
Like, you know why you're throwing nose up? Because you're dipping, so stop dipping. Yeah. So that's going to be available, and we're going to have drawings every hour. We're going to give stuff away, and we're also going to introduce our new anniversary stamp by none only than Marmoset. So make sure you put that on your calendar, 11 to 6. So we're changing this up a little bit. We're talking about topical issues, like for instance, there's a new pope.
There is a new pope. There was white smoke, the top smoke.
I don't know if we're breaking news here or not.
No, I'm not prepared to talk about it.
But and we're not Catholic, so we care only in the sense that it's a sort of a social. That's what everybody's talking about. So to all of our Catholic friends out there, shalom. Is that what they?
Yeah, that's close enough.
I think I just offended 2 religions. I don't know. So, but here's my idea. Track with me here.
Okay.
There was literally one of the Cardinals that was like in the running was a guy named Pizza Balla.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how did he not win? How did all the other Cardinals not say this is the guy? And here's the thing. It would have been so cool because, in Italy they call the Pope Papa. So it's, Papa Leo. If Pizza Balla would have won and chosen the name John, he would have been Pizza Balla Papa John.
The third.
Or whatever John is,
Yeah.
They missed an opportunity. The Cardinals really blew it. Papa John probably could have given them, some sponsorships. So I don't know why they didn't do that.
Yeah.
But again, now we have Pope Bob.
They didn't ask us.
No, they did not. But Pope Bob is not too bad.
Yeah.
He is a White Sox fan though, so he's got that to work out. But okay, so issue 1 regarding the Northwest Disc Golf Championship. Let me grab my notes here, make sure I say this right. The question for you, Andrew.
Yeah.
Did Anthony Barela lose it, or did Gannon Buhr win it?
Okay. Here's the thing. Anthony Barela, look at it. He shot 32 down for the weekend, right? So
That's pretty good.
So that's good. But then you look at Gannon Buhr. He was 8 out of 9 on the back 9 in the finals. That's
7 out of 9, but yeah, that's pretty good.
That's a way to win. So I gotta say, as much as Anthony might disagree, I think Gannon won rather than him losing it.
Well, and if we were going to do this PTI style, we would have to disagree with each other, but I 100% agree.
Yeah.
And I think most people out there are saying, no, Anthony Barela lost it. He had a 20-footer. And here's the thing, that 20-footer, if he hit it, that was just the tie. And there's no guarantee that he was going to win it in the playoff holes.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you're right. When the money was on the line, Gannon Buhr, he went 7 down in the back 9. He did shank his second shot. He obviously was going for the eagle, and he shanked it. And actually, he almost missed his tee shot. His tee shot was very close to hitting a tree. So he was a little shaky there too. But he straightened out. He hit the birdie putt. He went 7 for 9 on the back 9. And I agree 100%.
With all that momentum, Gannon was not going to be denied in overtime holes.
He was, and he did. Now, I do have one issue, and this is on the heels of what we talked about last week with the new proposed rule changes. Guess how long it took for Gannon Buhr to line up and throw his third shot, which he basically parked for a birdie?
I'm going to guess 46 seconds.
So close. 1 minute and 8 seconds. He would have had to have used his 45-second unfamiliar lie time clock, and then use one of his
assuming he had one
or
left.
Extensions. That's true.
On the 18th.
The last hole of the round, if he again he probably did, but it was a minute and 8 seconds to throw that upshot. So that's a little bit of an issue. He's probably going to have to clean that up. Or when you're watching it, you're like, man, this is taking a lot of time. But this is a pretty important shot, and can people really put together in their head and get mentally prepared in 45 seconds to throw a shot that's going to be the difference between winning the tournament and not winning it? So I don't know if
I absolutely could, but I've never been in that. I've never had that opportunity.
you are a grip it and rip it kind of guy. It wouldn't take you that long. But I agree, and I think most of the chatter has been Anthony Barela blew it by missing that 20-foot putt. But I completely agree. I think it was more, 90-10. It was a little bit that, I mean, obviously if Anthony hit it, it would have sent him into the playoff holes. But I agree 100%.
You know who did Eagle 18? And it was about the only good thing he did that round.
I don't remember.
That was Paul Macbeth.
Oh, did he really?
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Boy, third round, that was rough.
That was rough.
And again, as a Paul apologist, it was not fun watching him. That was probably the worst I've ever seen him play.
Is he just running out of energy, or is he?
Well, he's already pulled out of the preserve.
Yeah.
He hadn't registered, but I saw on somewhere that he's pulled out so I don't know if it's family issues or if it's health issues, but it looked like it looked like he was back. Yeah. I mean, he crushed Milo McIver, ended up on lead card, and then Gannon Buhr just took it out of him, I guess. Speaking of which, question number 2 for you. By the way, okay, we're going to get into this. Of the 2 courses that they played, which do you prefer, Milo McIver or Gannon Buhr?
Let's see. I'm going to say Milo.
Okay. Why?
Because it looks like what I play at. But not as well.
You're not playing on ball golf courses?
I am not playing on ball golf courses. And, despite the look of the cannon, I don't necessarily have the distance.
Well, once again, I would love to disagree with you, but I agree 100%. And it's a lot. Much of it is what you said is watching golf where it's more technical and you have to hit lines is a lot more fun to watch than just watching somebody stripe 550 foot a drive. So completely agree that it's funner to watch. It's more like what we do well in because we don't even throw 350, much less 450. And it's also, I think, more fun because more players are available to make a run for winning as opposed to people who can just bomb. Yeah. And that's always been my knock on Anthony Barela has been he can throw it a mile and a half, throw it further than anybody, but he couldn't putt. Now the last 2 years he's proven that he actually can putt and he's done well. As a matter of fact, the first 3.5 rounds of this tournament, he was putting lights out. He missed that knee putt on I think it was 14, where he had to straddle wide on a knee, and he actually airballed it right. But that was a tough one. So you got and so really the only miss was on 18. I mean, he was putting lights out, but it is a lot more fun by virtue of the fact that first round leader, Paul Ulibarri.
Yeah.
A lead card going into the third round, Paul McBeth. Bradley Williams was on the lead card. Now, Bradley Williams is kind of a bomber, but he also has very good technical abilities. He can put a disc on any angle and throw it really well. So, and this is my beef with ball golf courses, although I think they did well at Glendoveer, incorporating the trees, putting pins inside of Grover trees, stuff like that. But it's still a bomber course. And here's and the stats prove it out. So after the 2 rounds, Gannon Buhr was in first, and Anthony Barela was tied for 9th. Let's see. So after 2 rounds, Gannon was 20 down. AB was 10 down. I'm sorry, 15 down.
Okay.
Flip it when you get to now. This I'm being betrayed somewhat by these stats because Gannon Buhr can bomb too.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show that Gannon also has the technicality and the putting to back it up. At Glendoveer, Gannon was 13 down, Anthony Barela was 17 down. And the stats are also backed up by, on the FPO side, Holland Hanley won by 7 strokes. She's a crusher. Matter of fact, the top 3 of the top 4 were crushers. It was Holland finished first, and at Milo McIver, let's see, at Milo, Missy Gannon was up by 1 stroke, 16 down to 15 down. At Glendoveer, Holland Hanley beat her by 8 strokes.
Yeah.
She went 18 down. Missy Gannon only went 10 down. Paige Pierce was in the top 4. Jen Allen was in the top 4. Both of those are bombers. That young player, Taylor Chosek, I don't know how you say her name. She was 5 down at Milo. She was 10 down at Glendoveer. Yeah. So those bomber courses, it's going to be biased towards people who can throw it really, really far. Yeah. And I would much rather see players who have a great deal of technicality, who can also putt. And again, the front 9 at Milo had some bomber holes on it, but in the back 9 it got really technical. You really had to hit your lines, you had to hit gaps, and that's a lot more fun to watch. Yeah. Now, I understand why they had Glendoveer on the weekend, because since it is so open, it's much more friendly for spectators. Yeah. So it makes sense that they had that on the weekend, but I agree with you. I would much rather watch wooded courses, technical lines, and also the other fun thing about watching that is every once in a while they hit first available. Yeah. And they're like, oh, they're just like us.
They are just like us.
So,
and one of the things that I like, because the courses around here are like Milo, it's more fun to watch the pro play a course like I play than it is for them to go just show off their big arm.
For some reason, they don't shut down Quail Hollow for us to go down and play a ball golf course. Nope, I agree. So next question. This is a real quick. This is a yay or nay. 4-round tournaments. Yay or nay?
If I'm Paul McBeth, nay.
I mean, in general, as a spectator of the sport.
Yay.
I am, again, why are we agreeing?
I don't know.
We disagree on so much in life.
And you're so stupid.
Well, no, I think... you all put that in the comments. Who's the stupid one? No, don't do that. Don't do that. That's fine. But I agree, especially if you have 2 different courses to play on.
Yeah.
If you have 2 different courses that show kind of 2 different styles of play, I think having a 4-round tournament is a lot more fun. Back in the old days, they used to have 8, 9 rounds, like at Worlds and stuff like that. I don't need that, but 4 rounds, pretty good. Put down, make a comment on what you think about the tournament. And if you have any questions for us, our lovely and talented producer will let us know, and we'll be happy to answer your questions about the tournament as well.
Sunday cut lines, do you like those?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, there actually is a new rule that we didn't talk about last year that they're proposing. That TDs now have the discretion to make the cut line further down below the cash line, which I get, because if people are right on the cusp of the cash line, give them a chance to make a Sunday charge and see if they can't get above the cut line. But some people would say that does a disservice to people who actually made the cash line after 3 rounds or after 2 rounds. But yes, definitely, I think doing a cut line, mainly because you don't need the full field playing. That just pushes the start time later in the day, and we got stuff to do.
Yeah.
So I would much rather watch a tournament that starts at noon than a tournament that starts at 3:45, or the lead card that starts at 3:45. Mm-hmm. Okay, next question, and I swear if we agree on this one,
okay,
we're shutting it down.
I'm gonna go out of left field.
I'm going to riot. So my next question is really about the future of Anthony Barela. So again, my knock on him has always been heavy hitter, bombs it, slugging percentage really high, but he couldn't putt. And I don't have data. I went to Statmando, but they don't have data from before 2024. But in 2023 and earlier, and again, he was still in school, so he wasn't fully focused on it. He was a wild man when it came to putting. But since last year, he's turned it around, at least putting-wise. In 2024, he was 10th in overall putting, 6th in C2 putting, 10th in C1X putting, 6th in C2 putting. He had 3 wins, but those were the only 3 podiums that he had. So far this year, he's 29th in C1X putting, so he's taking a dip, but he's first in C2. So that step putt, and we saw step putts all weekend from him, he's first, but he only has 1 win so far through the same time as last year, although he does have 4 podiums in Elite Series and major events. So it looks like he's kind of improving on the putting side. He still has some work to go. But my knock on, and this is my relationship, if you will, with Brodie Smith goes back to the Ultimate days. I was much more of a Bo Kittredge guy than a Brodie Smith guy in Ultimate. Brodie was even more brash back then and arrogant. But my knock on him was always, he throws it far, but he can't putt. And again, putting is, as we know, the most tough, most mental part of the game, and that's the one that's hardest to tackle and be consistent at. But I knew he was never going to be good until he could learn how to putt. Also, his drives were not nearly. The great thing about Anthony Barela is he can throw it far, and he's directionally pretty good. But Brodie, and again, Brodie kind of burned out, and I don't even think he's torn now anymore. So the question for you is, what's it look like if you had to look into your crystal ball? What does it look like for Anthony Barela in the future? Do you think he has it in him to put it all together, to get that putting locked down, and to actually be sort of the, I don't know, the Phil Mickelson to Gannon Buhr's Tiger Woods?
Right. So, if you say what I say,
I'm telling you, I'm going to riot.
I'll be severely surprised. I see him as a branch manager at a Wells Fargo.
So glad you said that, because I see him as a branch manager at a Chipotle.
Ah, okay. No, I think he's going to mature into even deadlier putter, and I think he will actually push to be the next. Back in the day when it was Ricky and Paul. I think he's going to be up there contending every event next year.
Okay, well then let me ask you it this way, because as of now we kind of agree.
Oh no!
But let me ask you this: is he going to be Ricky or is he going to be Paul?
He strikes me more as a Ricky.
Burn this place down!
It's mostly because of the walk, you know.
I completely agree. I think he is going to get locked in on the putting, and I think he is going to be the one who's going to push Gannon Buhr for years to come. But I do think he's going to fall short, just like Ricky did. I mean, Ricky didn't fall short. He won, two Worlds? Mm-hmm. But I think Gannon is still going to be in the position to catch, Paul maybe in overall major wins, because he's already there. He already has the length. He already has the accuracy. He already has the C1X putting. He has the C2 putting. He's got the wins. Yeah. So I do think, so again, we agree again. I think Anthony is going to pull it together because, I mean...
We saw him last year.
Yeah, and he even...
started well at the bomber
He did,
courses.
but it was in the bomber courses. Yeah. But he was putting really well in this tournament. It was just that, the last thing that people see is him missing a 20-footer, chaining outright. So okay. So we agree again. All right.
Dadgummit.
That's actually, we probably do agree more than but we disagree on big things like chocolate clearly is better than vanilla.
No. False.
Okay. We'll pass on that one. Okay. Anything from our producer? Any comments we need to reply to?
Austin Roos says hello.
Hey, Austin. How are you? Good to see you.
Haven't seen him in forever. And Stephen Edmondson loves your jersey.
So, thank you, Stephen. Does that mean you're a Carolina fan, Stevenson? Way down there on the coast?
And Jonathan Young said they also like to add artificial OB to ball golf courses, which is dumb in his opinion.
I actually agree with our boy Jonathan as well. I'm not a big fan of artificial OB, but that's the only way that they can make those ball golf courses tougher for the pros. So agree. Also, I saw Austin Roos just posted something about a new course going in. Austin put in the comments, I can't remember where it is, but there's a new course that's going in over closer to the Triad than the Triangle, which again is just another exciting, it's another feather in the cap for North Carolina disc golf that we're going to, and it's being done by this company that actually does a lot of design of courses. So looking forward to that coming online soon. And of course, we got an update from JPO about Eagles Talon. It looks like that there is money in the budget, and supposedly around July 1st, they're supposed to give the go-ahead to move forward, which is pretty exciting. Problem is, going forward doesn't mean the timeline's going to start right away, so we still have to wait on that. So we got that to wait for, but and speaking of great courses in the area, tomorrow we have our Friday Flexes. So a little plug for our Friday Flexes. We're playing the John Houck designed Rock Ridge in the Triangle, so you can come down and play that, or you can go out and play the Regulator out in Burlington at Cedar Rock Park if you want to get a rated round and test your mettle at the Regulator. You can do that tomorrow as flex start for that as well. Both of those are on disc golf.
Yeah, your forehand will be quite useful at Rock Ridge.
My forehand won't, because my forehand died years ago, so it's no longer here. Okay, so a couple more things that we want to let you all know about. We do have some new exciting stuff. We didn't mention this last week. We've had these in for a while now, but the new Evan Smith Tour Series Getaway is now in store. I put one of these in my bag. I'm trying to put some more stable discs in my bag, and try not to be afraid of that. But given the fact that I like to flex, this is a good one to flex.
And you did it very well.
Well, thank you. I try when I can. I actually played a new course. What course did I play? I texted you and the guys about Dogwood down in Chapel Hill, and there was a hole there that was a perfect flex line, and parked it. 268 feet, so it's not like it's a huge, but for me it's pretty good. So I'm kind of liking it. And again, the more discs we buy, the more it helps Evan Smith, who, by the way, is going to Worlds this year. So Dynamic is stepping up and paying for him to go over to Worlds. That's going to be a lot of fun. I think he's going to have a great time, and I think he's going to do well over on those European courses. We also have some of his signature discs. There's his signature stamp. We got these in several molds. I don't even remember how many molds we have them in, but several molds, several different, but it's over here on our Tour Series rack. So if you want to go in, 100% of the proceeds of these discs go to Evan. So if you want to support him and what he's doing on tour, check these out, or check out the Getaway. A nice little disc. This is kind of like a Thunderbird-ish type disc. So probably not as stable as a Thunderbird. Has a little bit more turn than a Thunderbird, but check those out. Then we have these bad boys. Mm-hmm. So we just did a Glitch World qualifying event. Congratulations to John Smith. Let's give John a hand. Good job,
John. Is made up.
That's he uses it all the time though, so I'm gonna have to believe him. He won. He actually lost by a stroke last year to Gage Styles, who actually went up to Maple Hill and competed and lost by a stroke up there, winning the championship. But John Smith is going to head up there. He's going to go up to Maple Hill this fall, and he's going to play in it. So congrats to him. But we do have some leftover discs that we can now sell to the general public. So that is a fishing glitch, the very first time ever in fish and plastic.
In really light weights.
It's still in really light weights. And then this, of course, is the parachute that's in neutron soft plastic.
Yeah.
Yep. And then we also have this bad boy. You'll never guess what this disc is called.
The baseball.
The Axiom Pitch.
Yes.
Baseball edition. So all these discs are now available here at the shop since all of the glitch events had to be in May, and they're all done for us, so we can sell what we have left over here in the shop.
Those tend to be a little heavier. So if you've been toying with the idea of trying to come up with...
Well, this is 156.
We've seen some 160s.
I think we sold all those at
Yeah,
the tournament.
probably.
But those are available here at the shop as well.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
These discs down here. Oh, we've got this.
What? Do we want to show them? I don't know if we want to show them the stamp, or
We
if we
do.
want them to
We do.
come Sunday and see the stamp.
No, we want to show it.
Okay. Well, this is the new Marmoset Stamp. Actually, I think we showed it last week.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
It's worth showing again.
So this is a cool little stamp by Marmoset. It's a takeoff of the P.D. Eastman children's book, Sam and the Firefly. Mm-hmm. That is his take on it. And, of course, we always have an owl in our stamp, so he said, I want to do that. That was his favorite book as a kid. So those are going to be available for sale on Sunday. We don't have a lot of them. I think we have 200 MVP and 200 House of Discs. So
This is a trail, by the way.
So we have, what are the MVP ones? We have
Trail, Crave, and Eclipse Crave. The
Detour.
Detour, yes.
And the Glitch.
Glitch.
So that's what we have. And then House of Discs, we have a Pure, we have a River,
Truth.
we have the Brave, and we have an EMAC Truth. I think are the four that we have for that. So, there's a sign right there that says it. So if you come Sunday, these will be made available.
Sunday.
And they will also be available online. So if you can't make it, but you want to go out and purchase one, these will also be online Sunday. So be on the lookout for those. So pretty darn excited.
Also, I didn't clear it with you, but I blew the budget on dolly shot for tonight.
I don't even know what that means.
We're going to have a panning dolly shot. It's a moving camera. We're going to go down the line here at all the Petra
Before
Auction.
we do that, any plans to run a circuit challenge this year?
Yes. Our circuit challenge, I already have it on the calendar. It's for mid-July. So be on the lookout for that. That's going to go out on Disc Golf Scene. Of course, we'll announce it on the socials. But yeah, we'll be doing that. But yeah, so what Andy is referring to is we are actually doing an auction to support the rehabilitation out at the North Cove Disc Golf Club. And we're doing it by auctioning off these Petras that all of our dyers have donated to us.
So I'm not going to say which one, but I am going to go hard at one of these.
Well, I've already put in my bid. So this is out of all of the 8 or 9 dyers that we have that we sell here in the shop. They all have donated their services for this, so please go out and make a bid on these. I think the starting bid is $25. They are worth far more than $25,
yeah.
And 100% of this is going to go to North Cove Disc Golf Club. So we've worked with them. We were actually one of the main sponsors of their initial campaign on Indiegogo. And if you all have not been to, I don't think you've been to North Cove, but it's North Cove Boulders is the best course I've ever played in my life. Every hole was a picture postcard. It was beautiful, and just what they went through with Hurricane Helene. Yeah, it's sad. It makes it makes me almost want to cry. I would never cry because I don't cry, but it makes me almost want to cry.
Yeah.
So yeah, and also we're going to give cash prizes to the top 3 dyers who get the 3 highest bids.
Yeah.
So go out there, bid on the discs. If you're thinking, well, I don't need another Petra, you're wrong. Everybody needs another Petra. But you're also doing it because we're raising money to help a pretty good cause, one of our disc golf communities here in North Carolina. So, so with that in mind, I think we may be done.
I think so.
Join us next week. We have no idea what the topic will be next week,
Well,
but I'll think about it this weekend, and we'll get on that. And until then,
Pumpkin
hopefully,
pie recipes.
no. Some of us don't like pumpkin pie. Let's not. Okay, here we go. Best pie.
Best pie.
Think about it. On count of 3, we'll see if we agree on this or
Okay.
not. You ready?
I got the answer.
1, 2, 3.
Key lime
apple.
pie.
Jeez, see, You got it wrong. Clearly, it's apple pie. Anyways, hopefully we'll see you Sunday, 11 to 6. Come on out. Get your stats from the tech disc. Get a slice of cake. Check out these dyed discs, dyed Petras. Get to know them on a first-hand basis. Mm-hmm. And hopefully we'll see you out then. If not, we'll see you next Thursday night for Yeet Street After Dark. Go ahead and click us off there, big guy.
Oh, yeah, I got to do that.
Is it turned on?